I wasn't either. But I was talking to my buddy Panda. He was asking me some oxygen not included questions. Oh, and he's probably texting me some more. So I thought, why not? Why don't I just get on and have some fun? Now, part of that includes figuring out where oxygen not included is stored here. There we go. Now we got it. Let's see what the latest is. Okay. Get this all pulled up with the beeps and the boops. Ah. Sorry. Gotta move all my stuff. I haven't readjusted from our co-stream with Rainbow Bright Eyes. I got stuff everywhere. What up? All right. So this is that one that we started last week or the week before, whenever. If you want, we can start a completely fresh one and go over some more beginning stuff, but I have a feeling that's probably not what you're looking for. Because I'm always down to restart one. Alright. Let's get our bearings here. They're working on insulated tiles. We got bathrooms. We got some plants starting to grow. Uh-oh. So this right here is, there was an egg. Maybe not, actually. For whatever reason, one of the eggs didn't hatch. It just turned into an actual egg. But that'll also happen if you have... Why would I have that set to fertilizer? Anyway, I think I botched. There would have been eggs in there, but if you don't take them out and they hatch inside the container, they just turn into raw eggs. If you have a grill, you can cook those raw eggs, but I don't have a grill, so it's probably just going to sit there and rot. Well, this other egg will hatch, and then I'll have a little baby hatch running around back and forth. Okay. What are we researching? Right now, we're working on getting hydroponic farming tiles and a refrigerator. Nutrient bars, muckroot, meal ice. We got food. 5 dupes. No sickness. We've got skills to pick out. Oh, lots of skills. All right, Otto, you were carrying because you like exosuits. Now you're really good at carrying. Mima is our researcher. And... oh, just in case you don't know how to read this, you might by now. So over here, it says 9 out of 3. That means I have 9 morale points. That's the green. And I need 3 for Mima to stay happy. So we can do things to improve morale. But the more skills that a duplicant takes, the more these red morale need points will stack up. So when you hover over, you can see if I hop to astronomy, she's going to need a full 3 extra points, which we have enough right now to support, but there's not a huge advantage, in my opinion, to jumping ahead that quickly. So we're going to give her improved carrying just so she can carry a little more stuff around. And change her hat. I'll flip. Does she have so much morale from decor? Oh, probably building rooms, but we can look at that in a second. Please refrain from posting links. Sorry, I don't have links enabled. Oh. I'm having some trouble functioning as intended. I need to be modded. You can do this by typing mod Streamlabs. I've got Streamlabs yelling stuff at me, but oh well. Yeah, I gotcha. I figured that happened, but it really pissed off Streamlabs. The bot's like, I don't understand. All right, so you were digging, keep digging. Now you can do super hard digging. And Turner, you like to carry, so you carry away, big boy. Oh, so these things that have hearts are their interests, and they will get a free morale point for taking a skill like that. So if they have a heart on it, you don't have to be as shy about grabbing them early because it's just going to offset itself. And Ellie, you're new. You like farming. We need a farmer, right? Boom. All right, so everybody's going to go over here and do their hats. So when it comes to... I like watching their hats. Sorry. When it comes to morale, let's go with auto here. Wait, there's a better place. Vitals. So you go to vitals, you can see their morale. If you hover over it, let's pause it here. So Mima, the total of 9 morale. 3 of those come from her eating in a mess hall. So rooms are like the big deal. I always give them an extra shift of their break time. So when I go to the schedule, they get a little less work done, but basically I bump back the work time. And so normally a regular schedule is like this. So it's all work, 2 hours of downtime, and then 3 bed, 1 bath time. I take the downtime, I bump it up, and that gives everybody a +2 morale. So less gets done, but I know I like when they clap for each other too, and they have their little conversations. Mima, I can't talk. Vitals, there we go, Mima. So what else do we have? Interested skills learned. So she's learned 2 science skills, which she's interested in. So that's +2. Duplicant +1. I have no idea what that means. Unless it's that guy running around with his sparkly jacket. I'm not sure what that one is. She's got 1 for sleeping in a barracks. And then you can see her last cycle's decor was mediocre, which is +1. So I think it takes all the decor that they correspond with and kind of average it out. Not positive how they calculate that one. And then the meal is the other easy one to change around. So she had a grizzly meal. But they'll stick with mealwood for a long time. I usually try to get to some bristleberry, but not too wild. There you go. That's a full breakdown. So, sorry. Part of my lip came off. So aside from, you know, adjusting their schedule and giving them better food, the easiest way is to go into these room overlays, and you can see, oh, the morale should be even higher. I had to break open that wall because they kept trying to suffocate themselves. Go. Go, go, go. You there. Move. Yep. Here's where they wall themselves out. Oh, they didn't. Hey. See, they stop every time they go by to use the sink because we've got it set to when going right. That's why we wall off the bathroom, because otherwise people would be on the sink, and after they come out of the bathroom, they would run right past. He's going to get trapped in here. I know it. He's going to do it. But anyway, now that we've got that done. Room overlay. So we're getting +3 for the mess hall, +1 for the barracks, and +2 for the washroom. Early food. I don't know. I mean, it could be like when you come in here, each of these little cracks is something that's buried. So that could be something like a hatch, or like seeds, or muckroot. So if you find muckroot, that's just a gross tasting way to keep food for a long time. You can usually find quite a bit of that early game, but really you just want to kind of dig up some of these cracked areas and start turning them into farming for mealwood seeds. And then once you start actually growing mealwood, the farmers will harvest more and more seeds from them, so you can propagate it pretty quickly. The other way to go, it's not quite early game, but is you can set up just a crap load of hatcheries, or like hatch farms, so all these little guys, and have them multiplying enough that you can just kill a couple, use it for food, crack their eggs, cook omelets. It takes a lot of setup, but once you have like a ton of hatches going, it's a real easy way to feed people. But you kind of got to have a grill for that. I think early food is my problem. I also feel like I build a ton of ladders to dig out the base. And slime is a pain. And ladders are going to happen. I think so like, let's say we wanted to dig this out. There was something about this. There was something weird about this place, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Other than the heat starting to really creep in. Ew, yuck. I should probably pull that off too. We'll mess with that in a minute. So eventually I'm going to want to go down further. I'm going to get past the water here. So, oh, shit. I'm doing wrong. Don't do that. Ah. There you go. Not paying attention. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Actually, I don't. It'll take forever. We're going to do this. So here's how I dig. Say we want to go down here. Let them work on that. Slime is a pain to get around or to harvest. You're probably not wanting to harvest it yet. As far as trying to get around slime, you just got to go bit by bit. So like I would cut this out and then let it kind of air out, do its thing, and then cut a little bit more out. If you really want to like make the process work better, start capturing some of this chlorine, and you can build something called ore scrubbers that will pipe in chlorine to scrub the germs off of the slime. But I don't really think it's worth it because they'll recover from the slime lung as long as there's not too many at once. The other thing to do is maybe put a storage container like down here in the water or just submerged in something, because if you put slime in it, the slime will not off gas, so the slime lung won't be spreading from the container. It'll just be down here in the water. But honestly, if you just give it time, like dig into some of the slime you want to mess with, like up here. So dig in, dig some out. They're gonna get dirty and sick, but put down some decontaminators and just let it work for a while. Then when you come back, it'll all be converted into like clean, breathable air, and the germs will be dead. Oh, larva egg. I think we're going to take another duplicate. Might be able to squeeze 2 more beds in here. Holding down shift, draw straight lines for, yeah. I don't ever mess with it though, because if I want to do something like that, I would click and then just hold D. That's kind of how I do it. But a lot of times I don't think about it, and then I just put wackadoo lines and go back and say, oh, dang it. All right, Phoenicia. We're going to... How do I don't know. I'm way overdoing it on breaking those, but I don't want to go through the thought process. Alright, so let's pick somebody fun. The larva eggs can be kind of cool. They're just super high maintenance in my opinion for what you get. So they turn into slicksters, which are these little guys, right? Yeah. So the slicksters will like hover around and they suck up carbon dioxide, and they will excrete crude oil. And so you can put them in a room, gather up the crude oil, and eventually build up a little bit and maybe make a tiny bit of plastic. That was like my initial thought. I was like, this will be my early game plastic. They're kind of a huge pain in the ass. Like, unless you have a real dedicated room, they need like a ton of heat, like more heat than I can keep stably supplied. And they suck up like all the carbon dioxide real quick in their little room. So, and then you end up getting like a bucket full of crude oil. It's just not what I was hoping it would be. All right. Bottomless stomach. Bottomless stomach. Yuck, yuck. Immune to food poisoning, though. And he likes to cook. Or he is a good cookist. Binge eater and a sticker bomber. Let's go with Ruby. You got this, Ruby. See if we can get some skills for Ruby before she goes to bed. You are going to be our cook. Oh, I know cook good. What are you doing, Ruby? Along with the hatch farming, so I've done hatch farm several times. I've had some like okay runs with them, but I just recently have started. I just put them all on the like starting floor or like a big wide floor, because they will, when they look at critters for how their happiness is in a ranch, they look at how much of a space they have in a room. So like this room is 81 tiles. So you could fit, oh, I can't remember. It's something like maybe 8 hatches in there. But I don't think that ranch can be that big. It works out to be something like 6 to 8 is all you can really have without them getting like grumpy and being bummed out. But if I just have all of the hatches run along this whole area where it's not even really, you know, broken into a room, this room is 473 tiles. So I had like, you know, 20, 25 of them running down here, and they were just happy as could be, making eggs and pooping coal. So that's been one of my plans. And I'm just now realizing everybody's idle. Oh yeah, I was going to show you. So if I wanted to build something out, I would just dig very carefully away from the sand. Okay, so do like a stretch of 4 high. They can dig up to 4. Making sure none of that sand's gonna fall. And then 4. And then I don't want to break into this yet, so we'll do another 4. So they'll all start running down there. And if you start noticing that you're getting too much carbon dioxide built up down here, then you're probably going too far from the source of oxygen. So you can always put in a diffuser down here for just a real quick burst, but it's kind of a waste to let that run for a long time. You can also do, this is one of the only times that I'll use the algae terrariums myself, because they kind of use a lot of resources. But if you have an overhang, so sometimes I'll dig myself an overhang that's like just big enough to walk through, and then there's a space. This will suck up some of the carbon dioxide and produce just like a pocket of oxygen. So they can run up the ladder, breathe, and then run back down. Or the other obvious solution after you've researched it is you can always put in a gas pump and then pump oxygen down to it. But so you see, this is all carbon dioxide, but this little thing will just sucks up a little bit of it. So it is taking in 333.33 milligrams per second. The micrograms, that's milligrams. And it's putting out 40 grams per second of oxygen. So slowly but surely, this will capture a little spot so they can run up here and breathe while they're trying to work. Although honestly, you might put a ladder there so they can get to it. There's a lot of oxygen right here. For some reason this one's just packed with oxalite. Same thing here. I still haven't found anything too useful to do with the shine bugs. I know people use them for like solar panels, but I haven't really even built a solar panel yet. This is another one of my projects that I've failed several times. These little guys, the Drekos, they're like sheep. You can harvest their wool, basically. And once you do, that's fine. But they will only regrow the scales if they're in hydrogen. So they have to be farmed in a hydrogen area, but also they will only eat certain plants that either don't grow in hydrogen or have to be very high temperature, or I just haven't successfully made a Dreko farm yet. Because they climb on the walls like this. So, you know, while you're trying to keep them in this one space, they're going to crawl out the door and go around your base. You have to capture them over and over and over. But the other good part to them is they will excrete phosphorite, which is really good for making making systems to cool your base. But for that, I just let them, like, I'll trap them in a room like this where they've got wild plants that they can chomp on, and then I'll go in and I'll collect the phosphorite, because the farm just does not want to work out. See, look at that, all that oxygen that we got. But because I'm not using this, I'm going to destroy it because it uses water and algae. What are you doing? Oh, being idle. Everybody's idle. Stop being idle. What do we have here? Hydroponic farm. We definitely want to get some of that. I really want it to go here. But I was kind of saving these plants. I think we're gonna go up here. I wanted to save this area so that maybe we could make a nature reserve, give another little morale bump, but instead we're gonna build some hydroponic tiles. Hold on, I'm gonna try to get this egg out of here. I know there's a lot going on right here, but we want critter eggs, shine nymph eggs. So I sent this storage bin to be sweep only, and that means that even though there are other critter eggs on the ground, so I've got it set to pick up shine nymph eggs, I don't want them to keep picking these up, so I set it to sweep only. And so the storage unavailable, incorrect, shine nymph egg, cancel sweeping, move debris into storage. What are you talking about? Shine nymph egg. Anyway, they would pick that up and then take it to the designated box and leave these alone. But that didn't work out, so it's just a big waste of time. Never mind. Refrigerator. I feel like my dupes spend a lot of time running to go pick up resources from the ground all over. Does that mean I should build a ton of storage and sweep everything? Not necessarily. Like, yeah, it does help a little bit, just for organization and also for like their sanity. That when they see a lot of junk on the ground, it lowers their morale. But the main reason, so something I try to do, and it somewhat helps. You'll notice mine always says long commutes. So like if you look up, at the top, they're always running really far back and forth. What I've been trying to do to cut down on that is, let's say I'm in a biome where I'm digging out sedimentary rock. I will store sedimentary rock in that area so that they're taking short trips to the storage bin, and then I'll try to build things like ladders, walls, furniture out of sedimentary rock in that area just to cut it down. But honestly, that's one of my big battles. I have no clue how to cut down on their commutes. I know. No, they did it right. I know, like, I started using fire poles. So, like, if you've got something you find down here, or you build some kind of machinery that you go to a lot down here, you can build a fire pole, and it will just they'll zip down it real quick and then climb back up. But that takes metal to be able to do, like, actual refined metal, I believe. So it takes a minute. Okay, we unlocked the refrigerator. The park sign. Oh, I could have made my nature reserve that I'd been holding out for. Oh well. We'll make this into one. I already destroyed it. Too late. Yeah, the park sign is a piece of furniture that just will classify a room as a park or a nature reserve. So they just put that in there. This is a nature reserve. You can see that it needs to have at least 4 wild plants and be at least 32 tiles large. And we got that. And then the park just needs 2 wild plants, and it only needs 12 tiles. But a park will give +3, and a nature reserve gives +6 morale. Whenever they're out and about, they go through this nature reserve, they're going to get a +6 boost to morale. All right, let's clear this stuff out. Wait. I don't want to let those shines out. How close are we? How do I want to do this? Deconstruct door. And then quickly build that in. Okay, so when you're going to grow bristleberry, which is the next plant that I'm going to be putting in here, plants or bristle blossoms drop bristleberries. Anyway, so when you're going to grow these guys, they require light, temperature needs to be normal, and water. So that's why we did the hydroponics tiles. But they're going to give you tastier food that are going to make people happier when they eat. So let's do... I want to fix this mess down here. We're going to try that. Really wish I wouldn't have botched that. But if wishes were wings, pigs would fly. How do you specify what something is built out of? So when you go to the item, can you see here? I'll go. You can maybe see more. Oh, doesn't help. When you go to like a gas pump, it's going to show you right here what options you have. So right now I only have copper, metal, but for the gas pipes, I've got sandstone, igneous rock, and granite. So early game, it doesn't really matter a whole lot, but some of the things that you'll look for are like decorative items. You can make them out of granite, and they will overheat. Their temperature will be a little higher for overheat. If you're putting any like pumps or machinery into a hot place, you want to try and make it out of gold amalgam or steel. Steel is kind of later game, but gold amalgam is the one that will add quite a bit of overheat temperature to everything. But yeah, so for all that, if you like my mesh tiles, I only have copper. Insulated tiles, I've got all the stones. How did you bury that? Oh, what else did we unlock? Stations, farm station. I didn't realize we already had that. Shoot, dang. Ooh, +7. All right, Meep, you're coming with me. He's gonna be our master builder. He has a +7 to construction, and he loves construction. So that's a, you gots to do that. You like to wear exosuits, but we're not gonna do that yet. Nisbet. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make her an advanced research minor, and she can help with the research. Turner, you can dig better, right? And Ellie here, perfect timing. So now that she is oh, you can see, so each one of these steps will have a bonus. So this will get you +2 agriculture. When I make this level 2 farming, she gets +2 agriculture, but also can do crop tending. So she'll be able to use the micronutrient fertilizer crafting, and we're going to take advantage of that in a moment. And I'm going to have to take on a lot more duplicates because we're going to start pumping out berries. Once I figure out where I want my water to come from. Yes. Now we know. All right, so plumbing. Liquid pump. See it right here. We're going to put it down somewhere like that. You don't have to do this, but kind of bothers me if I don't wall stuff in. Once again, we're being very careful by the water. Let them work on that for a minute. Trying to think of how I can push this back in. I don't know. Let them go through their night stuff. See, look at that conversation. Sandstone question mark? Sandstone. Sandstone. Germs up. Germs up. There's no power to this. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. So normally too, what I'll do is maybe up about here, the bristle blossoms need to have light. So I'll usually install a few light bulbs and just have them shine down. But since we've kind of managed to keep most of the shine bugs in this area, because we've got 3 eggs, 4 eggs, so that'll be 6. I doubt we can get these back up there, but they might be able to make free light for that. And I'm willing to experiment because we don't need the berries that bad yet. But once we need the berries, we'll plug in some lights up here with the furniture. Oh, I don't have it yet. Farm station. Yes, and then we'll be able to turn on the lights and have the berries grow. All right, dig that out. Dig this out. Yes, my plan is working. All right, I'm going to deconstruct that. We're going to put a ladder down here. That was a stupid spot. I should have put the ladder over here so I didn't have to go around the... it's not too late. Deconstruct you. And reconstruct you. Meep. What did it say he had? Anemic? Yeah, athletics -5. He's trying to like slowly wiggle his hips up the ladder. Alright, so we just got done with farming. Kind of want those smart batteries. We've got ventilation, we've got plumbing. We don't need lights yet. Yeah. So let's go here. This is going to get us the better batteries, coal generator, and the smart battery. Smart battery is like my favorite thing. And then on priorities, I've got researching set so that nobody can do it. But we made Nisbet better at researching, so now just the 2 of them can do it, and they will tag team both of these machines at once. That poor guy. And he made it to bed. Perfect. He'll get faster as time goes on, though. I kind of want to tell him not to even help with this. Like, look at him. One thing you'll notice with stuff like this is there's always going to be a big pile of junk right here on the steps. That'll happen at the base of any long ladder. Like this one, it'll start happening too. That's because if they are in the middle of doing something, say we've got a bunch of stuff piled here, when they're carrying something and then they decide, oh crap, I need to go get oxygen, they'll drop whatever they're holding. And so you'll get these piles of things. So if you have like a real long ladder, it's hard for them to get stuff all the way up. May fall asleep. I'm learning lots. You have a good nighty nights. What was I doing? Okay, so they cleaned the bottom of this floor. Now what we're gonna do, we're going to tile. And we're going to tile. All right. So those tiles have pushed the water back. And we're back on track. Then we're going to deconstruct this guy. Put in a ladder here. But you can see, because I've added that extra shift of break time, they, sorry, not trying to give you the ASMR bottle shake. The extra break time, you know, the work days do seem much shorter, even though it's not that much shorter. That's why we're going to take on some more dupes. Let's see, you can check on these eggs right here. So incubation, 91%, they're about to hatch. 20% per cycle, so probably today. Viability is only 40%. Wow. I wonder why that is. Eggs will lose viability over time when exposed to poor environmental conditions. Maybe because I had them in that storage box for so long, because this one's fine. But either way, today, tomorrow, this cycle, next cycle, we're going to see some more shine bugs. Just go ahead and wall this off here. This is all done now. We're going to do some pipes. And some wires. there a downside to having a shorter workday besides it taking longer to get stuff done? I don't know if the game got harder. Say the cycle count. Oh, no. I mean, in a way, yes, because the more time it takes to get things done, the more time you're fighting against, fighting back heat, fighting off, you know, oxygen, food, and all that. But as far as like do things in the game outwardly intensify, no. Everything kind of stays the same. You just unlock new things that are like, oh crap, wish I would have known that geyser was there. So, nope, just shorter work days, the only downside. At least that I've found. Like right now, it is an example of where I'm just staring like, just finish this wire, guys. It takes like 2 seconds, but Union has dictated that they're going to get an extra shift on their break. So that's what they're going to do. Nutrient bars. We already took up to 7. Kind of don't want to do more than 7 yet. Oh, you son of a bitch. I should have known. I picked the nutrient bars, and immediately this hatch came and ate nutrient bars and pooped out coal. It didn't take a lot. That's not bad then. It's irritating. Look, Otto, I know you want to wear exosuits. We all want to wear exosuits. We don't have them yet. Calm down. Alright. Oh my goodness. Sneeze of the ages. Oh man. Okay. Train of thought. We got wires. We got pipes. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to build pipes up the ladder into the hydroponics tiles. We are going to, let's see, water. We're gonna pick some blossom seeds to plant. Copy those settings. Plant them all the way up there. We filled out the mealwood completely. Which, now that our plans for the nature reserve are gone, we're gonna just extend out the mealwood a little bit further. And we are going to tile the rest of this in. Deconstruct that box. Go, Meep, go. It's just too funny to watch him trying to chug along. Oh, 2 researchers. We get all that done quick. So now we can make the coal generator, wood burner. You won't really run into wood unless you're playing on one of the like Arbor asteroids. It's called like Arborea or something. There are ways to get wood in the normal asteroids, but it is a lot of luck and getting the seeds from my printer. Wire bridges, jumbo batteries, smart batteries and switches. The jukebot I have never built. It provides lots of morale, but requires a lot of power to operate and puts out quite a bit of heat. Power control station, we can't make yet. So we can't use smart batteries unless we have refined metal. So we're going to get this rock crusher. And we'll use that to smash up some metal. You can see... Why is everybody idle? Am I out of projects? Nisbet, why aren't you researching? After I just said it's nice having 2 researchers. Nisbet, research. Do I have to change your hat? Oh no, okay, so I want her to work on the computer and instead she charges it while everybody stands around. You guys. Crazy. Alright, now that is... Now that is done, go there. Let's start walling this off. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna plant anything over here really because once that heat creeps in, it's all gonna start stalling out till we get it cooled down. So when I deconstructed that algae terrarium that was down here, I forgot that I don't have a place to dump dirty water yet. Usually I make like a little reservoir. So they just leave the water here and it's been off-gassing polluted air. So I guess that's another way of making air too, is they can at least come in here and suck up their dirty air. Keep working. And that requires no resources. Interesting. It's made quite a bit too. Gonna see if I can maybe trap these shine bugs closer to the plants. Oh wait, I don't think that's the problem. Still don't have any water going. Water. Still don't have anything too crazy complicated, so we're just gonna stick with basic manual generator. Just to move some water up to the bristle blossoms. Oh, yeah. See, here's some meal ice on the ground. This ladder's too long. So they start coming this way with it, get distracted, and it just falls to the bottom. So it's a good idea to stagger some of those ladders. There we go. So now that we've got some water flowing to the bristle blossoms, the shine bugs seem to be more interested in them. And the shine bugs, critters, shine bugs. They eat bristleberries, and phosphorite. So for right now, I'm going to just let the bristleberries grow and maybe not harvest them, you know, like auto harvest, let the bugs eat some of them and see if I can just keep that going to where they take care of the plants themselves. Why are there only 3? Did they all die already? Oh, this one's about to die. Age 24 of 25 cycles. They do not live very long. This plan is not sound. But if you go to the light overlay, you can see how much light they put out. And like over here, these stop growing. And then once they get closer, they'll start glowing again, growing again. Just popping on to host and say goodnight. You don't have to host, but thank you so much. And especially thank you for saying goodnight and hello. How are you? Boo Boo Sousa. Alright, so we'll extend some of that. Good night, Rainbow Bright Eyes. We'll take another baby hatch. Try to get some more hatches growing. Oh, we got a sage hatch. So this is a variant of the typical hatch that looks like this. All right. The sage hatch has, usually these variants have different temperature ranges. Like what's this one? 50 to 68, 22 to 158. So same temperature range. But their diet is very different. So they'll eat dirt, slime, algae, fertilizer, polluted dirt. So they'll eat a lot more organic type foods and turn that into coal, which is good, but you have to be careful if you accidentally drop algae on the ground. they'll get after it real quick. So try not to do that. Our research is done, so we can make the rock crusher now. What's it take? 240 watts. Let's just dig out a spot here. And as an example, I had them tear out a bunch of this just to show you how I did it, and now I probably don't have enough oxygen because I broke too much too fast. Still staying pressurized. Because once this pressure starts, once carbon dioxide, see how it's kind of falling in like an hourglass. Once it all falls in and fills up, that leaves all this space up here to be filled in by oxygen. So then you need to produce more oxygen, fill all that up. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so they cleared that out. Now we're going to utilities, no, refinement. We're gonna put a rock crusher, and yeah, we're gonna hook it up to that. We're gonna change this from this crappy battery that I just charged to a new battery. Mwah, heart, wink. Oh, let's break it. Imagine his poor life. Like, oh, hey, why were you out so late? Oh, I was walking to bed. It takes me very long to walk from the bathroom to my bed. Also, now that they are done with that battery, we're going to replace it with the Jumbo battery. Sorry, I keep making messes and doing all kinds of stuff, and then I'm like rubbing paper towel next to the microphone. Next I'll start chewing peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something. Okay. We want them to start turning copper ore into copper. And I just, you know, somewhere in the 20s or whatever. You don't want to only do that and then make too much or make too much heat. This is one of my favorite animations too. They punch this button. Slow it down so we can enjoy it. Ooh, yeah, get it. Punch it, Ellie. Nice. Okay. So they're making a refined copper. That is one of the least efficient ways to refine copper, but it's also like the cheapest and quickest. Least efficient, but cheapest and quickest. It uses more resources to get the same amount of copper. Automation. We want these automation wires. And then I'll show you the easiest simplest way to save yourself a ton of headaches with electricity. There you go. Getting some skill ups that way. I don't know. We're just putting that there because I don't know what to do with that yet. So you can check that we've got water flowing. We've got water going into the bathrooms, out of the sinks and the toilets. What else? We've dug down a little bit. Let's see if we've discovered anything interesting. So you may have already found some of these office type ruins. And they'll have a lot of like machinery and gizmos to get in. But there's some story elements too, so you can inspect them and stuff like that and get a little more story. So they're kind of fun. Sometimes you find some neat things in like vending machines or lockers. This guy is a puffed. He just floats around and sucks up polluted oxygen and then poops out slime. And I like to use them to make a slime farm where you can kind of hands off have access to slime without having to really dig. But it takes some automation, not too much. I might end up doing that at some point just because that's kind of an easy one to set up. What we really want to find, when you turn on the overlay, you'll see these blue spots. That is neutronium. That is cannot be broken, cannot be moved, and holds no temperature. That means that right here is a geyser or a volcano, and you have to unearth it to see like what element it's going to erupt with or spew out, blah blah blah. There is a way to cheat to see what that is. I don't do it. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. Look it up if you want to cheat, you cheater. Here's another one. So you look, and this one is a saltwater geyser. You could assume because it is covered in scalding hot salt water, 162 degrees. But what we're looking for is a little spike of blue. That's what we really want. This is interesting. That's not what we were looking for, but it's odd. Natural gas geyser. Ooh, that's like unlimited electricity right there. Set up some natural gas generators. What's the deal with this? That doesn't matter. Okay, so we haven't discovered a cold biome yet. That's like the big lifesaver. Once you find a cold biome, you can use that to get plants and ice and water to cool down your base, and then you'll feel a lot of the pressure taken off. The one that gets me all the time is heat. Maybe that won't be your problem, but because of the way I do things, heat is always the big issue. So comfort level might be fine, but these guys here, mealwood, will only survive up to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. and that does not take long to get to. So right now I've kept these at a spot where it's pretty optimal, like 71. But that's why earlier, this was weeks ago, I was gonna put them here, and then I said, oh wait, there's all this equipment. And I moved it up because all this equipment is generating heat, and it's 84 to 88 through here. Yeah, so that's just gonna keep seeping up. You want to space your food away from heat if you can. Actually, I'm probably going to end up putting all this research stuff down here even. What do I want to do with that research stuff? Oops. I don't know. We're just going to keep rolling with it right now. All right. We did research on furniture, so you can start putting down flower pots for decoration, lamps I never really use. Ceiling lights are what I use to light up these bristle blossoms though. You put a couple of those in and they'll just keep the crop growing the whole time. But they do generate heat, of course, like everything. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. Ah, yes, 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 automation. So we've got our refined wires, or our refined metal. We've got our new sources of electricity. What we're going to do is we're going to build, for right now, let's do 2 coal generators. I'm going to get rid of this here. So coal generators, you want to check whenever you're using a new building. They take in coal, 1,000 grams per second, I think. That seems really high. But they're going to put out carbon dioxide. They're going to take up 600 watts of power, or put out 600 watts of power, put out a lot of heat. So 9 kilodtus. But that's all we really need to check is coal goes in, carbon dioxide and power come out. So we're going to have 2 of those running. Then we're going to make, where do I want to put it? Let's try, and this may be a stupid spot. We're going to put a bank of batteries over here. No, that is stupid. Don't do that. We don't have transformers yet. It's 240, 300, so 540, 9, 10, 20. So on a basic wire, regular wire, you don't want to load more than 1,000 watts. That's not true. You don't want to run more than 1,000 watts. So the potential load can be whatever. But once you start pulling more than 1,000 watts from a single wire, that wire is going to start taking damage and have to be repaired or cause issues. So you want to separate it out into multiple packets if you can. Deconstruct that. We're done with that. Deconstruct this. We're done with that. There's no reason to make some extra heat just for a little bit of copper that we don't really need. How do I want to do this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Put some stuff up there. And then this down here will be our temporary sorry, I didn't really think this one through. So we're gonna put coal down there. We're gonna put a smart battery here, a smart battery here, and then regular wires. So right now we're connecting regular electricity into the smart battery. That electricity will go from the battery up to this. Hold on. We'll let them finish that. I keep moving it back and forth. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. Can I reach that? There we go. Takes a long way home. So electricity is going to get stored in this battery. It's going to run up to this pump. But I also, so that'll get rid of this manual generator. They won't have to run on it anymore. I'm also going to attach these things to it as well. Except one thing we're going to do. We're going to put a refrigerator right here. And we're going to run our wire to the refrigerator. And then this one will run its battery to that. It's going to power this pump by itself. We'll get rid of that. So this one's going to run this pump and both science stations by itself. This one is going to run this pump and the refrigerator by itself. We want all edible things in there. Except the muck root, don't put that in there. Bit of meal ice. Also, I don't think nutrient bars go bad. Maybe. Raw eggs can go in there. Nutrient bars. Yeah. Nutrient bars and muck root can't get stale, so don't take up fridge room with them. Mop up this water. Oh, so the other thing about the smart batteries, what's different is it's automated. So it's going to give out a red or a green signal. We're going to connect the smart battery output to the smart battery input on the coal generator. We're going to do the same thing on this one. Smart battery connected. So now this input will turn off the coal generator when it's charged enough. And the reason I like that is if you don't do that, the coal generator will just run and run and run, even if there's nothing that needs power. And so it's going to just create a ton of hot CO2 for no reason. Plus, I don't really mind the CO2 as much. I run out of coal a lot. And once that happens, if you don't have a bunch of other power sources and you run out of coal, I mean, that's it. You're start over. So this should help conserve some of the coal. One of the other things you can do to make it a little more convenient, put a little storage bin there, and just put a little coal in it so they don't have to run to get it all the time. But see, right now it's not really plugged into much of anything. It's not powering anything, but it's just chugging away. Like currently the potential load is 0. So once we get the smart batteries connected, that will make it just stop itself until it's needed. All right, so we've got food in the refrigerator. The refrigerator does not have power yet. We're leaving some of the other stuff in there. Oh, berries are doing pretty good for not paying attention. They'll be done. There, it's done. We did it. And you're there. And then the bugs come down and they eat the bristleberries. Actually, for right now, because we've got so much food, I'm going to turn auto harvest off. That will just leave the fruit on the plant until it falls off naturally, so the little bugs can eat it. Maybe they'll propagate more, and then maybe I won't have to make lights that take heat. And they can eat some for themselves. But we've got another food source. Wow, we've got a lot of muckroot. So once we get a grill up and running, we'll have our boy, or sorry, our girl Ruby here. She's got her chef's hat. Once we got our grill going, we'll grill those up. Make a delicious, delicious berry dish that they love. So what I'm looking at here, I'm not really interested in taking another duplicate unless they're like, can't live without it, amazing, which they aren't. Decreased air consumption is really good, and immune to food poisoning, that's really good. But all he really wants to do is wear exosuits and build, which is like, this one's not bad. Decreased air consumption, but cannot do cooking. She's gastrophobic. But once again, eh. So since I'm not thrilled with any of these to the point that I'd take that extra person, the care package is a pinch of peppa seed, which is not something I'm interested in. You get to the point where they will bring home like, thousands and thousands of grams of them, and then you have nothing to do with them. They're used for cooking certain dishes, but you need to have a upgraded grill, and it's just too much. Gills. You still want to wear an exosuit, I know. We're going to amp Mima up to astronomy. It's a little early, but her morale is through the roof, and that'll speed up her research time. That's going to give us 10 morale. There she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. May as well. Oh. Are you both wanting exosuits? No. Turner, what do you want to do, huh? You want to tinker? No, you like carrying. Never mind. You can tinker, though. Ellie, you're our farmer. You're gonna be the most advanced farmer. Ruby, we don't have a grill yet, but you're gonna be so good at it. And Lil Meep, you are good at building. There you go. Let's see. There's still a ton of muckroot too. When they look like this, that's okay. It's just that their growth is halted. Normally they would have already harvested these, but I'm trying to let them sit here to see if the shine bugs will eat on them. Because I've never tried this strategy. I don't know. If they end up falling off the stalk anyway, then we'll change that. Oh, okay, good. So this is up and running. And we can see here, the high threshold is 100%. So it will charge until it's at 100. I move this to around 25 or 30. That's when it will start charging. And same thing for this. We're going to copy, paste. So also we're going to get rid of this manual generator, get rid of this manual generator. We don't need them. Get rid of this battery. Let's move the research stations here and here. Plug that in. And we're going to deconstruct that. So the research stations create a lot of heat. We're moving those heat stations away from the food for right now. They can still come down here and do their research, which I need to select. Okay. Art could be good. Distillation might be okay. I'm going to do this. We're going to go for ranching research. That's going to give us the critter drop-off, so we can start moving critters to separate parts and actually controlling where they're at. And also the critter feeder, so we can just start leaving food in areas for them, and you can either actively ranch them where they'll produce more resources quicker because they've got somebody manually tending them, or you can just feed them in an area, let them free range, and still give you resources, just not as much. Or just my plan. Honestly, I wanted all of my hatches to be up here, but anytime I get something out of the printing pod, they run over and eat it. Oh, there's another sage hatch egg. But they like being in this park. I'm going to leave them. They're happy there. Let them be happy. Yeah, because basically, sorry, this room that they're in is now considered 794 tiles, so they'll have plenty of space. If they keep going in here, I don't know if that'll still count against us, but doesn't matter. Oh yeah, so this we are setting to coal, so consumable ore. We want them to put coal in here, but we only want like 2,000 grams or kilograms. Just enough to kind of have on hand. How much does this hold? Holds probably about 500. Yeah. 2,000. Puts the priority a little higher, so I'll grab coal from one of these. And you're there. You know what? I've already changed my mind. We're moving all the hatches down here. As soon as we're done with the research. Oh, everybody's idle. I'm sitting here watching these shine bugs. Nobody's doing any work. Perfect timing. All right, research is done. Better drop off. We're gonna put one right here. Fish release I've never used. Critter feeder, we are gonna put a couple of those. Fish feeder I've used like once. And airborne critter bait I have tried to use once, couldn't make it work, didn't understand it, got frustrated. And stations, grooming station. So if you put this inside of a room the right size, it will turn it into a ranch. And then your duplicants will go in here, take care of the animal. It will be happier, produce more products, whatever those may be. And then the shearing station will shave down those Drecos, these guys. It'll shave their wool off. There's a lot of good stuff in there. All right. Yes, these things. Do we have a rancher? I'm hoping. I don't think we do. Shoot. Who's the farmer? Ellie? Alright. We're going to hook Ellie up to a skill scrubber, because I'm not patient enough to wait. That's going to make her forget all of her skills and training, but then we'll just reselect them the way we want. I just recently started using that, and it's actually quite handy. This line has a potential load of 360. All that's really on it, though, is this pump and the fridge. There we go. Coal generator is running to pump up the battery. And good. All right, research. Got that. Da-da-da. Maybe we'll start trying to get off of as much algae for our oxygen here in a minute. Actually, now let's go the easy route, and we'll do fine art. The finest art. Why isn't anybody finishing this? Finish this. Ellie, get in there. Then we watch her brain get scrambled. There you go. Now you can see the pain. So once her bar is done, but why is that guy still connected? Current load 600 watts. And we're putting in 1,000 because this guy's auto's running along. That's fine. Go ahead, auto. Finish that. Then we're tearing it down. Almost there, Ellie. Good job. Okay. So right now, Ellie has no skill selected, but she does have all of her skill points. She's going back to farming, which is what we had her on before. But we're also going to give her Critter Ranching 1. And now we'll hit Capture Critters. We're going to just wrangle them up. Check and make sure it actually... Yeah, there she goes. She was just about to bag it up. And then we're going to have all of the hatchlings, sage hatchlings will all be dropped off here. Give that a higher priority. we're going to give them food for hatches, which is sandstone. We got lots of that. Or sand, either one. And then this one is going to be for the sage hatches. We're going to give them... I don't know if I want to give them anything, actually. We might kill them. They can have meal ice. We'll do that. But only like... I don't know. 100? I've never done this, so I'm not sure how much is too much. I don't like this plan. I've changed my mind. They can eat that meal ice, but... we're just gonna copy this setting, make it that setting. So we'll have it set up for those, and we're gonna kill these sage hatches. Capture them all. Yes. Get them all, Ellie. No prey escapes. So now they'll come over here. They're eating all the sand and sandstone out of these feeders. And they're just going to poop coal all day long. Except for this one. He's going to get hungry and die. What else? Let's do one storage bin here. We're going to keep our eyes open for any other hatches floating about. We're going to put critter egg, sage hatchling egg. Things are cooling down now that we got the research station moved down a little bit. This is already full. Meal ice. All meal ice. Research. Oh yeah, we finished our research. So wall pots for decoration. This is all decoration. Sculpting blocks, ice blocks, crown molding. Crown molding is super overpowered. You can basically put it anywhere that there's one square open, and it just improves the decor by a bunch. So we're gonna do... This is a mess hall, right? It's currently 52 tiles. And a mess hall can be up to 64 tiles. But a great hall can be up to 120. So what we're going to do... We're going to make this nice and symmetrical. We're going to extend this out. We're going to dig all of this. I have so much meal ice now. once the daytime comes, we're probably... Ooh, wow. Fried mushrooms. Really like those. Curative tablets are good for, like, if you've got minor diseases like food poisoning or... I don't know if they help. Some of them have allergies. I don't know if it helps for that. Sorry. Itches. Nails. She's an ugly crier under stress and a balloon artist. Those are both pretty good. She likes to do medicine, which I'm not really that worried about. She can't dig, which can be a problem. But she also has purple streaks in her hair. It's already making it a we're probably gonna have to go with her. Devin loves supplying, or is good at supplying. Real buff boy. Look at that. Buff boy. He also is a caregiver. Mouth breeder takes more oxygen. I think we're gonna go with nails. Oh shit. I meant to do it after they woke up. Now she's gonna run around and... Yep. She's so sleepy. Sore back. See, if I had waited, she wouldn't have a sore back. She would just go on with her day like normal. You are now our artist, Nails. There you go. Still no blue. Ooh, that's very red though. There's probably another geyser right here or something. Okay. Now, we're going to do... Okay. Let's do some planning here. Yep. Mess table. So this is enough for 16 dupes, but we want to leave enough space for a recreation thing. It's 14 dupes. And then like 2 statues. That's 12 dupes. That's 6 per room. So we can get 12 in here. Oh, shoot. Mess table. Okay, 3. 3. 3. Then cots. Nails is gonna be sleeping on the floor tonight, probably. So, to turn this into a great hall, which you can see on here, right now it's a mess hall. It's 64 tiles, which oddly is exactly as big as it can be. It says maximum size 64. That was just an accident. So that's +3 morale. To do a great hall, it needs to be all the same, except it has to be at least 32 tiles. We got that covered. Up to 120. It needs to have a decor item that adds +20 and a recreational building. So we are going to sorry, I'm playing around with furniture, just being a spaz, wanting it to look even. All right, I think I know what I want to do. Put you there. Put you there. Wait. Okay, I need a visual here. So no. This is fine. Anyway, so furniture, this is considered a recreational building. So we put a water cooler in the middle. And then furniture, if you have somebody that, oh wait, actually, anybody can do art. Decorating. We want, nobody is allowed to decorate except Nails. Because she's got purple stripes in her hair, and she's creative and just an artistic person. So she's going to be our artiste. Go to furniture, any kind of paintings, ice blocks, sculptures will be done by her because of the way we set it up. And we are going to do granite sculpting blocks. And we're just going to space them throughout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 6. So we only really need Nisbet has to be off by herself. Nails, bruh. There's totally beds up here. Why are you sleeping on the floor? This is even an official bedroom. Oh, I just took a screenshot. Okay, so decor overlay. Why are they saying this is so ugly? Because their outfits? Oh, the airflow tiles. Yeah, because we've dug so much out, the oxygen isn't packing as much of a punch as it was before. We need to deconstruct that. All right, let me think of a project here, because I hate them all standing around idle. What about... We'll start researching smart storage. We're not there yet, but it'll be nice to already have it researched once we're ready. Okay, so we got them working. What else? She's getting water. Oh, I know, so a project. We can get Ruby down here working on the grill. Where do we want Ruby to grill? Hmm. Sure, why not? We'll put the grill up here. So as Nail's artistic ability gets better, her statues will too. Right now these are abstract. Oh, yep. He doesn't like it. But as she goes on, she'll get better. And that will make everybody extra super duper happy. But look at that decor. Bam! Okay, so with the grill, we don't have enough stuff to make the omelet. We're going to make omelets forever. We don't have enough stuff to make fried mushrooms, but we're going to make them forever. Bristleberries, forever. Pickled meal, forever. Barbecue, forever. So it's always going to tell us that our building is lacking resources because we don't have enough berries or mushrooms. That means when we do find berries or mushrooms, they are queued for cooking. One of the other things to do with that is go in here and say, no one is allowed to eat meal ice right now. No one is allowed to eat meat. No one is allowed to eat berries or mushrooms. That way, they will actually be brought over and prepared, which we're going to move the refrigerator up here so that they're not running back and forth to fill this up. But now, instead of meal lice, they have pickled meal. Meal lice preserved in vinegar. So it's gross food, but it's prepared and it lasts much longer. So this way they're eating the prepared food, which would last much longer, instead of the raw meal lice. Now, we're going to copy settings. That's the fridge now. And we are going to turn this priority on this fridge down so that they will Why? Pickled meal, please. Put it in there. You silly billies. Alright. This is empty, so we're going to deconstruct it. This should only have... Not that, not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. We don't want any regular food in the ration box because it's not refrigerated. Nutrient bars and muck root are fine. And this is just about full. Alright. We have quite a bit of food. And we have beds, and we have mess tables. We're gonna go nuts and take another one. Ooh. Now he has some good choices. An expert at digging is extremely helpful. Her stress reaction is she's an ugly crier, which is very easy to deal with. Sparkle streaker. So she runs around sparkling. Her downside is she cannot do research errands, which is basically not even a thing because we've already got a researcher. And she's stronger than normal. Marie, welcome aboard. Marie has excavation 7 and strength 3. I know what your job is. She's a beast. Oh. Somebody's morale was... Oh, no. Never mind. Why is Marie already stressed out? Difficulty down. Oh, I forgot. That Panda Stugu's seed put us on easy stress. I don't know. She just started stressed out. Ruby? What else do you like to do? We'll give you some improved strength. Strength always helps. What are we at? 210? I think that's pretty much okay. I'm going to enable this to auto harvest again. Because now that we have an actual grill up and running, we want we want them to start eating that, the grilled berries. You little turd. I wonder if I can... I've never tried this before. We're gonna put a critter feeder over here. Actually, we're gonna put We're gonna uproot this blossom. Trying something real new for me here. Put that there. All right. Is this max? Almost. Got too much food. Let's disable like this much. Just for now. Oh, Marie, you are so slow. Next time, let somebody else build. All right. I've never tried this. We're going to put bristleberries in here, but we're going to put like 10 kilograms. I have no idea how much that is. One berry. Oh. 1 kilograms. And now, the little shine bugs should be able to eat the berries out of here and leave the rest of them alone, in theory. Oh no. It's happening. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of CO2. Yuck. We're gonna put this one. Potential 540, potential 420. So let's put a diffuser here. And just kind of amp up the oxygen. And then once we test out if this oxygen is gonna do what we want here, that's probably gonna be it. Did I not plug it in? It's plugged in. Fill it up. Go. Because we might need to put some more air tiles down. Let's deconstruct this. Airflow tiles. Dude, why are you not going to a bed? Comfy bed? What? Can't even make comfy beds yet. Go up there. weird. All right. We can make fire poles now. Hydrogen generator. We're going to get on that in a minute. A while. Heavy watt wires. So you can set up more of a power grid. Temp shift plates, which I just recently was watching a guy in Australia. Checked out his stream just to say hi. And he was like, "Good day." Now he was playing this and he was using temp shift plates and gave me some ideas on what to do with them because I've never really messed with them. All right. We need more airflow tiles. We can get that air flowing. I'm gonna make them bigger than I usually do, see if that helps. And we might start scrubbing CO2 down here. I don't usually like to do that, but in this case we might, because I've got it all crammed down in here. This is probably overkill. But that's all right. All right. Everybody's idle. We don't have much to do. I'm not going to start any more projects yet. We just want to make sure everything's working all right. So the problem is this is floating around max pressure. So it's not going to want to fill up the room. So we're going to do something else. Let's okay. We're going to move a diffuser up there and hopefully push some pressure down this way. Like it's slowly getting up there. It's just the pressure's built up too much to spread the way it needs to. We're going to try that out. Right now we've got a lot of copper, but we might have to reclaim some of this once we get a better system in place. I'm using a lot of copper on these. Oh, by the way, is this a mess hall now? Decoration needs to be 20 plus. 18. But when that happens, we just deconstruct all these statues. And we tell her to do it again. Marie, you suck at building, faux show. Let somebody else do it. Priorities. She doesn't have anything else to do. If there were other projects, I would tell her to go work on something else because she is slow. There we go. So that's gonna push oxygen this way and give a better coverage. Oop. We've got a lot of food. Oh, Arbor Acorn. We're not gonna mess with that. But that's how you can get trees on one of the original asteroids, is just getting lucky and getting one of those. Then you can start making ethanol and a different fuel source. Okay. Good at tidying and building. Good at machinery. Doesn't care about decorating and has to use the bathroom more. This is a pretty solid choice. Can do some other things. Increase machinery. Good at researching, good at cooking. We've already got those. Camille. Welcome. Did she get assigned the comfy bed? We're gonna see what happens when she sleeps. Oh, but tear down the statues, get the materials back, put the statues back up. She'll go and work on them and her skill will just keep going up. And eventually, she'll be able to make really good ones. That looks a lot better. Yay! Other than the bathroom, it's all looking good. All right. Perfect timing. Thank you so much to anybody who stopped by today. Panda, I hope you picked up some fun tips or thought of some more questions. Let's see. Wanted to give a little shout out. Who did we have? Shalliest Games. Right over now. Shalliest Games was nice enough to come and give a follow while we were offline. I was chatting to him on his stream out there in Australia. It was hard to watch because the whole screen was upside down, but I just stood on my head and learned a lot of neat things from him. But thanks again for coming out, and I appreciate the support. See ya.